consultant surgical oncologist at Kidwai Memorial Institute of Oncology, Bangalore since 1987. He served as the Chief of Thoracic Oncology for 8 years at KMIO. He also served in the Indian Army as Captain and Major for 5 years. He has presented more than 25 papers in national and international conferences. He has won 3 gold medals for scientific papers on oncology. Currently, he is interested in targeted therapy and immunotherapy in cancer, especially in lung cancer, and presented a paper in the American Association for Cancer Research. He is also a member of a number of associations like the Indian Society of Oncology, the Indian Association of Surgical Oncology, and Association of Surgeons of India, and many others. I now welcome Dr. Virendra for his lecture. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I hope I will not delay you too much. I think I know you are all hungry. So we will go fast. Next slide, please. I will try to finish as fast as possible. Definition: it is not just merely an absence of disease. It is a state of complete physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Okay, next slide, please. Now, pollution, what I have done is, all of you have heard, my voice is louder, so you can keep it lower. So, everybody, we are talking about environmental pollution. Now, I am enlarging the paradigm of pollution to something called social pollution, which I will spend 2 minutes more than what everybody talks about. So, pollution definition, I think you know, all of you. Any undesirable change in physical, chemical or biological characteristic of our environment, whatever it may be, air, land, water, everything, and which is getting depleted. You are wrong. And if pollution also grows same way, the things those are depleting, we may vanish before the things get depleted. That you will see the pictures. Next slide, please. So these are the types of pollution. I think all of you know. Air pollution, water, soil, and waste production. Now, among air pollution, the main thing what I was telling is the cheapest form of production is the coal. But the coal itself is the maximum pollutant in the air. That is an irony, which I hope we cannot avoid it. Then industrial process. Now, what happens when we do is, what exactly is the air pollution? I will just summarize. Whatever you produce, like smoke or anything, it is simply a particulate matter. That particulate matter itself is not very dangerous, basically. But what it does is, it attracts a water molecule around it. Even then also it is not dangerous. It is a water molecule, it is actually a rough dust particle has become smooth. But in that water molecule, lot of toxicants get deposited, which are available in the atmosphere, like sulfur oxide, nitric oxide, sulfates. These, once it forms what we call it a dust particle, this is the one when you inhale it. This acid water molecule or a particulate matter does not cause harm, but these are chemical molecules which are getting absorbed will cause harm to your body or mucosa. This is the basic principle of how your dust or smog, next slide please, will help. So they cause, all of you know that mainly they cause irritant to respiratory tract. Some of it can get absorbed also, then leading to lot of systemic effects. All this why I am telling you, next slide please. This started with a smog. Nobody was bothered basically. Basically nobody was bothered about smog. See, whenever you burn, it goes up in the air, it goes up above. Like even in factory, lot of chimneys they have built, they never thought it goes up and it is harmless. In 1950, a most hazardous thing happened. Then they realized there is something wrong. That is what I am going to tell you, that I think only 2 points I will make you concentrate. That should be enough instead of knowing everything. I think next, it happened in London in 1956, where the traditional warming thing in 50s were your coal, you can see that every house will have a heater place where they burn the coal and get the heat. So there were all chimneys and everything was going up. So people were very happy as it is not going up. But one fine in winter, December in 1950s, what happened is, they called a reverse effect. Actually, I will tell you, we are seeing in India also this. What happens, why the smoke moves up is very simple. The air is much cooler. As it moves away from the earth, air becomes cooler and cooler, much above. Like if you go in airplane, they say outside temperature is -50, -60. So whatever the hot you produce, it has to move up. So that is the thing which is happening, it will go up. But they call it a thermal reaction. What happened in a reverse volcano, what happened, it was a winter, the earth got cooled. Due to that cyclone effect, the upper layer became the very warm. So the whole earth atmosphere for London, it became a trap. That means no smoke was going out from the, not even the earth atmosphere, I am talking about 50 feet above, no smoke was escaping. So whole London was flooded. Next slide please. This is a Los Angeles smog, this industrial smog. Next slide please, you will see that. Next slide. This is the way it happened. They could not see anything. That is all the coal, everything, whatever burning was coming back, they formed it is like an enclosure room. Whole part of the earth has become an enclosure room where you are burning 100 tons of coal. It had become, literally it had become like that. Thousands of people have died and thousands became crippled. So after that, then people started telling, there is something wrong, we have to take care of the environment. Till then nobody was bothered about air pollution at all. So that was the first tragedy it happened. Next slide please. Which everybody, the estimated death is 4,000. Actually they said much more people have done. After that, lot of places this inversion effect have been described. Even if you see, I do not know now that Delhi has introduced LNG. Even in the 80s or early 90s, if you have seen in Delhi, in winter morning, if you see, you wake up at 4 o'clock or you get up at stay till 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. That is a period from 12 to 4 if you see. Lot of particles, the smog which you have seen the photographs, you start falling from the sky. That is the same. What happens is, once the night sets in the winter, earth becomes much cooler. Just above, few miles above that is still warmer. Before the sun comes, before the sun rays comes, reflects from the earth and warms up the atmosphere. So that's why the warmer particle outside they start coming back to the earth. That is the smog, early morning. Early morning fog is very beautiful, white. Everybody enjoys. But same early morning fog is the most dangerous. Now you must understand, now fog and smog are two opposite entities. Fog is very good, nice, white, but smog is highly dangerous. It can occur in an early morning due to sudden cooling of the earth. The warmer thing staying there, then they start coming down. So these are all the places where they have seen this smogs can happen, and now recorded. Now of course loss have come in. Now the use of coal in London has come down by 100 times than what was happening in 500. So the same process we are evolving, but the thing is still lot of things we have to take care of. That's what I think. When the science is developing, when we are seeing a benefit of the science, at the same time we have to see what harm or anything become, whether it may be a short term or a long term harm. It goes to your nanoparticle research, your genetic research. Everything has to be a balance. Next slide please. So these are the names of diseases. I think most of you are biotechnology people, they will be knowing it. Cold dust or anthracosis. Basically what happens is, it is a damage to respiratory